Extroverted intuition is a bunch of aha moments. Introverted intuition is a few epiphanies. It's like a huge aha moment. Extroverted intuition is like, oh, then this is the blah, 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 blah. Introverted intuition is blah, blah.
Molly, the person who talks about things.
And I is drinking through a straw, and he is eating at a buffet. Or just going to the buffet, looking all around. Hi everybody, Molly, the person here. I'm also known as Type A Hippie and Molly the INFJ. But first and foremost, I'm a person. And so are you, if you're watching this, I'm thinking. Unless you're an animal in the background. Hello to you too. You've seen my videos before. I do more of a show rather than tell approach, where I interview other types, but really just talk with them and converse and show their personalities through their answers. And they kind of get to show you who they are instead of us going through and telling you exactly what they're supposed to be. Although I have been avoiding talking about what makes an INFJ an INFJ, or what makes an INTP an INTP exactly, I think about it a lot. I think about what makes people tick and why. And I've kind of come up with my own understanding of MBTI, which I think is pretty much what everyone does. They take many people's understanding from the internet, whether it be videos or whether it be articles or whether it be books. They take all sorts of different people's understanding to come to their own understanding of what MBTI is or what the functions are. And so in this video, I am going to talk about only 2 of the functions. I'm going to do 2 functions at a time. I hesitate to do this because it's just my understanding. But it really makes sense to me. Introverted intuition feels a lot like tunnel vision. It feels a lot like you're in a tunnel, but you see everything in that tunnel comes together and it all makes sense. It all leads to something. It's very forward thinking. Introverted intuition is full of epiphanies that are the answer. The answer. Not an answer, one of the answers. It's the answer. And a lot of times I've been called out because it might contradict another answer I had a year ago. This is what life's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about blah, 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 and that's what it means. And then a year later, it's like, oh my gosh, I just realized this is what life is, blah, 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 and that's what it means. I might contradict one another, but then I'll still fill in the gaps that don't make sense with a conclusion. Well, that's because at that time, I was in this city surrounded by these people, so I had that limited vision where I thought, where I was seeing from a different perspective. But now that I've moved, I've gained a new perspective, and now I can fully understand. Keeps feeling like there's a new understanding that's the understanding to live by. And it can be very inspiring for a bit. It can also be dark. It can... not all deep thoughts are inspiring and uplifting. In fact, a lot of them are pretty dark, and it can go down a deep, dark path. Introverted intuition is very future-oriented. You see what will be, the ultimate vision. Introverted intuition focuses on meaning and what it will mean. Introverted intuition can be short for NI. If you hear people talking about the jargon, it can get confusing at first. I found a lot of Heidi Priebe videos to be very informative and helpful. NI is like a tree growing to form what will be. And then there are the branches that kind of go off. And that to me is extroverted intuition. What could be, what could come of it. Extroverted intuition is less tunnel vision and more scattered. It could be more scattered. I heard from one video that introverted intuition is like a deep sea diver, and extroverted intuition kind of scans the horizon or scans the sea, swims all over, but doesn't, and then might find that deep sea diver INFJ and be like, what is this world? And then come down, but then also show them the other parts of the sea, which I love that image. Introverted intuition is like Tetris, and extroverted intuition is like pinball. And maybe introverts are like Tetris and extroverts are like pinball. I don't know. But that idea of it fitting just right, just so, seems more introverted intuition to me. And extroverted intuition feels more like, ooh, that could be fun, that could be great, and all these ideas. So extroverted intuition is brainstorming out loud, lots of ideas. Another example, my boyfriend is an ENFP, which is extroverted intuition. And I am an INFJ, which is introverted intuition. And so the difference between us, say, browsing the internet, he might have a lot of tabs open that are all super random, maybe like the history of seals here, a music video here, his Facebook page here, like all these different tabs. And sure, any type can have a bunch of tabs up. This isn't limited, but this is a metaphor. Follow me. So he's got all these tabs, and they're all scattered and random and fun. Now I might have a bunch of tabs up, and it's all these reviews on this one product, and then where I can get it, and the address, and who I need to email. So it's more like productive, maybe, but also more, it might look scattered, but it means something. It's for a cause. It's for a result, potentially. Like it's all these possibilities or research to figure out the thing or to do the thing. Whereas extroverted intuition is like, yeah, I could watch this and this and this and this and this and this, which with that comes a lot of ideas, great brainstormers, great improvisers, and also great comedians. Very open-minded people, I find, a lot of times. It's up in the air, so they allow it to be, could be, maybe. They give people more chances, too, I find. Introverted intuitives are more likely to brood and to be moody. At least in my own life, that is the case. Another example, in dating, I wrote down a list of qualities that I wanted in my person. So I read somewhere that it helps to just write out what you want and don't settle for less. So I wrote out what I want, and pretty soon after that, I met my ENFP boyfriend now, who I am hopelessly romantic for and with. I had those feelings of just knowing that he was the one, but also having a list in my head, and in reality there was an actual list of reasons why he made sense. Whereas for him, he just knows, and it's just a feeling. It's like, yeah, it's right. If it's right, it's right. Which I find much more charming and less particular, and I find my way nitpicky, particular, and kind of just less attractive. But then again, that's why I'm attracted to him. He just believed in the feeling, and I believed in the feeling but also justified it in my head. Introverted intuitives a lot of times need a lot of justification. This means this, so that makes sense. So yes, it works. The ENFPs are just like, yeah, this feels good. So it seems like that would be easier to feel that way. But then again, he admires my future forward thinking and my ability to be productive, get things done, and see a vision, and then see it through. So one way that also introverted intuition, I want to make sense too. I want to be that, yes, you make sense because this and this and this. I want to be a vegetarian dish for a vegetarian, not a meat lover. I want to be that perfect vegetarian dish. I think part of that has to do with me being a type 4 Enneagram too, which you want to feel special. But for Franco, my ENFP boyfriend, he just knows he loves me and all of me, and he doesn't so much think about why we fit like we do and why we work how we do and why he doesn't think of the why as much in regards to what's already working. If it's working, it's working, right? So anyhow, I have the passion and also think about it making sense and why. So NI is what will be, NE is what could be, future possibilities, and NI is future uncertainties, and NE is coming from the outside, and NI is coming from the inside. So NE is taking ideas and having more ideas. NI is like, aha, light bulb moment. And then sharing them, potentially. Those things we both appreciate in each other, we still clash in at times. I just want him to admit. So I want to come to a conclusion in a deep discussion. Okay, so that man needs to be punished for what he did. And he's like, well, I don't know. He can't come to that conclusion with me, which is okay because I go to that conclusion on my own. Justice. It depends. I lean more toward justice. He leans more toward mercy. But I think that's more of an introverted feeling, extroverted feeling sort of topic, which we will have in the next episode. So, thank you so much for watching this. I hope it wasn't too scattered. I think, again, the functions they can be confusing, but they're very interesting, and they're the most important part of MBTI, and understanding them can help you find your type, and help you work on yourself and work on the parts of yourself that are meant to help you flourish. So that's my understanding of introverted intuition and extroverted intuition. And stay tuned for introverted feeling and extroverted feeling in the next episode. Thank you so much.
5, 4, 3, 2, once again you've lost count of the moments you've lost.
Both extroverted intuitives and introverted intuitives connect patterns. I mean, that's what humans do, right? That's what all of this jargon is. It's us making connections to patterns and then classifying it so that we have a better understanding. And it's fun for us, and it's also just natural for us. But extroverted intuitives generate a lot of possibilities, and they're excited by new possibilities. They're always looking at the new. And I think I didn't really talk about how introverted intuitives can come up with like lots of ideas as well. It just usually tends to have meaning or lead to some sort of meaning.